Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the unboxing and a quick hands-on review of the Infinix Hot 10s. So guys, here's the box. Infinix will be launching this phone in India in two variants. Base variant is priced at 10,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Next variant is priced at 11,000 rupees for 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. It's available in 4 colors: Heart of Ocean, Miranda Green, 7-degree Purple and 95-degree Black. Yes, seriously, those are really the names. By the way, we have the base variant priced at 10,000 rupees in the Heart of the Ocean color, which looks kinda blue on the back. Now the main highlights for this phone would be its amazing looking display with 90Hz refresh rate, a pretty powerful processor, great cameras and a massive 6000 mAh battery. So without any further delays, let's have a quick unboxing. So here's the box. It has a preview of the bezels and the front camera. It says Infinix Hot 10s at the bottom. On the backside, we have some of the highlights like the processor, 48MP camera, 90Hz ultra smooth display and so on. Now let's unbox it. First, we have the phone itself. Let me just put that aside. Next, we have the 10 watts power adapter, charging cable, a SIM card ejector tool. Next, we have some documentation and we also got a hard bumper case. And finally, just like all of the Infinix phones, we also got a screen protector. Now let me just put everything aside and coming back to the case. This is the hard bumper case. It's completely transparent and I'll put it on to the phone later. Now coming back to the phone, let me just remove these stickers on the front. These are just some highlights that I've talked about, and we also got a sticker on the back. Now this is how the phone looks on the front and this is how the phone looks on the back. Now let's have a physical overview. On the back, this phone has a 3D curved fiber panel with a pretty cool pattern underneath. This is the Heart of Ocean color and it looks pretty cool, especially when you reflect light to it. Now at the top, we have the camera module with a triple camera setup followed by a quad LED flash. That's followed by the fingerprint scanner, and at the bottom, we have the Infinix branding. On the front, we have a pretty huge display protected by a 2.5D curved glass with a drop notch. Above the display, we have some sensors and the earpiece. Below the display, it's completely plain and the chin is okay considering the price. Now for the sides, on the right side, we have the power and volume buttons. They have a nice clicky feel to them. They're sufficiently elevated. Overall, I don't have any complaints with the buttons. At the top, it's completely plain. On the left side, we have the SIM card tray housing 2 nano SIM slots along with a dedicated SD card slot. Finally, at the bottom, we have the 3.5mm audio jack followed by the primary microphone, micro USB charging port, and the speaker grill. Now let me just put on this case. Now this is how the phone looks with the case on. Now this is just a hard bumper case. It just protects some parts of the phone, especially the edges and the camera, that's it. Overall, I'd say it's pretty decent, but I would recommend you to get a better case if you're worried about dropping your phone. Now with that said, these are the complete specifications of this phone. On the rear, this phone has a triple camera setup with a 48MP primary camera, followed by a 2MP camera for taking portrait shots, and another camera with AI lens. For selfies, it has an 8MP camera with f2.0 aperture with dual LED flash. On the front, it has a massive 6.82-inch IPS display with HD plus resolution, 90Hz refresh rate with 90.6% screen to body ratio. By the way, this is the first phone from Infinix to sports 90Hz under 10,000 rupees. Now as for the performance, this phone sports the MediaTek Helio G85 processor with Mali G52 GPU with up to 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Right out of the box, it will be running XOS 7.6 Dolphin based on Android 11. Finally, powering this device is a massive 6000 mAh battery, which is also one of its selling point. Now let me turn on the phone and set it up and come back to you in a second. This is how the general user interface looks like. The home screen, app drawer, notification panel. You can also swipe and hold from the edges for the edge panel. Now for the about page, this phone is running XOS 7.6 based on Android 11. As of now, it has a March security patch 2021, which is pretty good. As for the storage information, out of that 4GB of RAM, we get about 1.52GB of RAM free right out of the box. And out of that 64GB of storage, we get about 51.53GB of space for our user apps and user data. Now this is the camera user interface. We have the regular AI camera mode. On the left side, we have the video mode, short video. On the right side, we have the beauty mode, portrait mode, super night mode. You can also swipe from the bottom to access more camera features. Even for the front camera, interface is pretty similar. Now these are some sample shots. Now let's test the speakers. This phone has just a single speaker at the bottom, and here's a quick audio preview. Now the speaker on this phone is pretty loud enough for media consumption. You won't have any problems with ringtones or alarms. Now let's test the fingerprint scanner. It's pretty fast and unlocks the phone in less than a second. Now let's test the face unlock feature. In good lighting conditions, it's pretty fast, unlocks within a second. In low lighting conditions, it's a hit or a miss. And in complete darkness, it's not that reliable. Overall, you can use face unlock feature, but I would rather use the fingerprint scanner. Now based on my initial impressions, the phone has been pretty smooth, especially that 90Hz refresh rate definitely makes a lot of difference. Especially while scrolling through the regular settings app or a web page, you can really feel that the display is very smooth. Now before I conclude, these are the benchmark scores. So guys, to conclude, if you're looking for a phone around 10,000 rupees with a bigger battery, good performance, and you also like to play a lot of games and want to have a good gaming experience, then this is definitely one of the best phones out there, especially because of that 90Hz refresh rate. Even if you're not a gamer, even in your regular usage, you can see that everything is much more smoother because of that 90Hz refresh rate. No matter if you're a regular user or even a gamer, you will definitely appreciate the display, and obviously that bigger battery as well. And besides all that, this one also has pretty good cameras, so if you're into photography as well, once again, you will like it more. So guys, what do you think about this Infinix Hot 10s? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description, it always helps the channel. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off, see you in my next video.